What's going on, HCP Familia? G Funky Boxing is back, representing Hispanics causing panic. HCP, the home of real boxing talk. Damn it, the home of the truth. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me this Sunday morning. I don't got a whole lot of time here, man. I got a real busy day. Found a little break right now. I got about maybe 30 minutes or so. I doubt this video will be that long because I'm just going to recap what was the biggest fight of the night last night in a terrible night of boxing. I mean, just not good fights all around. The Fox card was terrible. I mean, Luis Ortiz finishes his guy off with a clothesline. I mean, I thought looked like Bradshaw from WWF, the clothesline from hell, you know? Hits him with a clothesline in his eye, and the guy quits. What's going on, Run PMC, Black and Brown? Not sure if you're new to the channel, but hey, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, that was just a waste of time. Not to mention the card was interrupted by the speech from the president-elect, Joe Biden. So, yeah, the Fox card was just not good, but the DAZN card was just as bad. Just as bad. And, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we've been getting a little bit spoiled lately because, you know, boxing has been really good the last month. And then, we get fights like this that are just terrible. And, it does leave kind of a bad taste in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Wasn't impressed with the fights last night. But I'm going to give my thoughts on Devin Haney versus Gamboa. Now, look, Devin Haney did win every single round, right? I mean, I didn't even keep score because, to be honest with you, there was really no point because we all know what was supposed to happen. There's a reason why I didn't bring a pen and pad when I was watching this fight. Okay, did he box well? Yes, absolutely. No doubt about it. Can't say anything about the kid's boxing ability. You just can't. Boxed Gamboa's ears off last night. I mean, we all kind of expected that, right? I mean, by a show of hands, I mean, everybody that's here, by a show of hands, did anybody think that Gamboa was going to win rounds last night? I mean, raise your hand in the chat. Give me that little hand raised emoji if you thought Gamboa was going to be putting rounds in the bag last night. Anybody? I'll wait a few minutes. I want to know. Anybody thought Gamboa was going to go in there and start winning rounds from Haney? I'm not seeing nothing here, man. Nobody thought that shit. We'll get on that in a minute. We'll get on that in a minute. But look, Haney did what Haney normally does. He goes in there and boxes. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have an issue with that. My issue is this. The guy said he was going to go in there and knock Gamboa out in spectacular fashion, better than anybody else that had beat him. Better than Crawford did, better than Tank did. That's what he said, man. I'm not saying he said. I'm not making this up. These are his words. These are his words. So, I mean, if me holding him accountable to what he said he was going to do is hating, then I guess, I don't know. But look, here's the situation, man. We had a guy in Gamboa who's 38 years old, 17 years older than Devin Haney, right? Coming off of a knockout loss Also, coming off of a bad Achilles injury. A guy who's been stopped twice. A guy who, going into the fight, had already been down 17 times in his career. And I'm not bullshitting, man. This guy is chinny. I mean, Gamboa been on the canvas so much. I mean, he could turn into one of those advertisements on the canvas in the boxing ring. That's how much he's been on the canvas in his career. Haney promised a knockout. And I'm not going to sit here and act like he wasn't trying to knock Gamboa out. He was. He hit Gamboa with everything, including the kitchen sink. I mean, I didn't see Gamboa hurt. Did you? Can somebody give me a round and time when Gamboa looked like he was getting ready to go down? I mean, Gamboa did not even look interested in that fight last night. He'd been complaining about being in the bubble. They said he actually broke the rules in the bubble. He went outside to go run because he didn't like the treadmill there. That's what they said. I mean, he looked uninterested in the fight. He didn't look the best physically. I mean, guy looked like he was rocking the beer gut in there. Like Run PMC said. You guys, look, here's the thing. There's no way around this, okay? We all knew Haney could box. There was no question about that. Anybody that was questioning Haney's boxing ability going into this fight, I mean, you just, I don't know. You must have never seen the kid fight. We all knew that this kid could box. But he was supposed to go in there and do something that nobody had done to Gamboa, is what he said. Knock him out spectacularly, better than anybody that ever did it. He tried hard, he couldn't do it. And I mean, what I'm hearing is, Gamboa was in survival mode all night. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he in survival mode after he busted his ankle in the Tank fight? Tank was still able to knock him down and stop him eventually. So I mean, this whole time, it's hard to knock somebody out when they're in survival mode. Like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think he was in survival mode last night. I don't even think he wanted to be in the ring last night, from what it looked like to me. I mean, there's times in the fight where Gamboa's getting instructions from his corner, and he's like not even looking at them. He's looking all nonchalant. Like, he just did not look interested in there. And make no mistake about it, man. Gamboa was picked to be knocked the fuck out last night. That's why they picked a guy who had been knocked out multiple times and had been on the canvas almost 20 times in his career. That was the goal that they wanted. That was the goal they wanted to accomplish, and they couldn't get it done. The kid doesn't have power like that, man. He just doesn't. That's the only thing that changed my mind on Haney. The only thing that changed my opinion on Haney is that he doesn't have power. That's it. Exactly, Santeo. That should have made it easier for him to knock him out. He didn't want to be in there. And look, there's nothing wrong with not having power, but to talk the way that he talked before the fight, and we're gonna get on this talk in a minute. But to talk the way that he talked before the fight, and not even come close to delivering, he's going to have to be boxing like immaculate against some of the best guys here at 135, man. And exactly, Chicano Prophet. They were waiting for it. I mean, I don't know how many times they kept saying, "Wow, I can't believe Gamboa took that shot. Wow, how was he able to take that?" They knew why he was there. He wasn't there to get outboxed for 12 rounds. He was there to get put to sleep by Devin Haney. That's what he was there to do. I mean, look, Haney's not a killer. He's a boxer, okay? We got to stop talking at this kid like he's a killer. That's what I kept hearing going into this fight. The kid's a tremendous boxer, yes. But after what I saw last night, I don't think this kid can punch his way out of a wet paper bag. And it might get worse as he goes up in weight. Fighting bigger, stronger guys, you can't hurt Gamboa, and I just don't know, man. You feel me, bro? I was waiting for the knockout. He was such a favorite. He was a minus 2,000. Devin Haney was. This was a lopsided fight. Gamboa lost this fight before he even got in the ring. We all understood that. We wanted to see if this kid could knock him out. Like, I'm going to tell you, man. I'm watching the fight, a couple rounds go by, and I'm like, shit, okay, I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest in the fight. I had to walk away, take care of a few things, but like I was afraid to walk away from the screen because I'm thinking, okay, watch, as soon as I walk away, he's gonna land that punch and then Gamboa is gonna go down. And it just never came. I was waiting for it. I was seriously waiting for it, and it didn't come. I agree, Joe Lopez, 40 ounces. A bunch of mismatches. A bunch of mismatches, including this fight. I mean, there's some interesting fights now at 135, man, especially after what I seen from Haney last night. Yes, he can box, but I mean, is he going to be able to hold guys off that actually want to win a fight? I seriously don't think Gamboa really wanted to win that fight. He didn't even look like he wanted to be in there. But what happens when he's in there with a guy who's just as fast and hits a lot harder than him? What's going to happen then? I mean, these are still a lot. This is still a lot of questions that need to be answered. I mean, we know Teofimo can take a good punch. We've seen Richard Comey hit him, who can punch. Lomachenko's knocked guys out at 135. We've seen him take punches. The question is still, can Gamboa, I mean not Gamboa, but can Haney take a good shot? And will he be able to keep some guys off of him? So I mean, that's really all I got to say about the fight itself. I want to talk about some of this shit after the fight, man. Because some of these things, man, I've been hearing have just been ridiculous, man, from the Haney side. Ridiculous. Like, here's what I've been hearing, right? Look, the thing is this. Boxers, this is nothing new, okay? I don't know if it's the sensitive ass fucking time we're living in or what, but this is nothing new to boxing for fighters to talk shit to each other, man. This is nothing new. Guys want to get all in their feelings when people make fun of Devin Haney. This is what I've been hearing, man. When Teofimo Lopez put a tweet out there and said, email champion performance, right? Everybody got in their feelings about that. Oh, fight him next then. Fight him next then. Fight him next. You guys act like that fight is so easy to make, right? You know that fight ain't going to be on DAZN, number one. That fight's happening on ESPN under Top Rank. Let's just establish that first. But what makes you think Teofimo's afraid of him? Look who he's been in there with. Look who he's already fought. You think he's afraid of this guy? Do I want to see that fight? You goddamn right I do. But here's what I want to say. You guys want to get all up in your feelings about what Teofimo has to say, who is the best lightweight, no fucking doubt about it. You want to get all in your feelings about what he has to say. Right? I mean, I could tell you, man, so many people on Twitter, I don't like the way Lopez talks, man. I don't like the way he talks, man. He need to just fight Haney. First off, he don't need to do shit. The man's already been in with far better competition than Haney has in 16 fucking fights. When's Haney going to step up? Huh? Why does Haney get to skip over the playoffs and go straight to the Super Bowl? Why? Can we see the kid tested first, please? Can we? Is that too much to ask? Really? Is that too much to ask? Teofimo got to go through all this shit, right? But this guy gets to just go straight in, right? Gets handed a belt and gets to go straight in. Seriously, man, this is ridiculous. And if you guys want to get offended about what Teofimo Lopez has to say, and then say this at the end, well, if he don't fight him next and he ducked him, he's ducking. He's ducking Haney. You're ducking Haney. All because of some smack talk between fighters? Then can we keep that same energy about Gervonta Tank Davis, please? Because I ain't heard a fucking peep from anybody saying that if Davis doesn't fight Haney next, he's ducking him when he's talking more shit about Haney than Teofimo Lopez is. Can we keep the same fucking energy around here or what? Can we do that? Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is. That's why this is the home of real boxing talk. That's why this is the home of the truth. Because we say consistent in this bitch. You think I'm lying about what Davis is saying? Let's go look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let me share my screen. We see that? This is what Tank posted immediately after the fight was over last night. Laughing at him. Right? I mean, is this any better than what Teofimo said? Huh? You guys don't keep the same fucking energy, man. That's not it. I'm gonna show you something else that he posted. Give me 1 second. Oh boy. What does that say? My daughter hit harder than oh boy. What the fuck? Can we keep the same energy, please? Teofimo talks shit. Oh, if he doesn't fight him next, he's ducking. Gervonta Davis gets to talk shit, though. No one calls him a duck, right? If he doesn't fight Haney next, is it a duck? Yes or no? I want everybody in the chat. Let me know. Both guys talk shit. Both guys criticize him after his performance last night. But only one guy gets called a duck and the other guy, oh, they stay silent on him. Why is that? Why is that? Tell me why that is. I want to know, man. Can we keep the shit consistent for once around here, please? Can we do that? Is that too much to fucking ask? God damn. Ain't nothing wrong with talking shit. That's what these guys do. This is nothing new to boxing, man. You guys act like this is new. Breaking news. Fighters talk trash to each other. Oh, shit. Breaking news. And look, Haney talks back. Look. Haney comes back at Tank. Look it. He posted this. I'm going to go on record right now and say this. If Tank doesn't fight Haney next, he ducked him. Keep that same energy. Keep that same fucking energy. But I know you guys won't because that's not part of the fucking narrative, all right? That's not part of the narrative. Only Teofimo is the one ducking, right? Even though he's been in there with legit fucking champions at 135. Davis hasn't even been in with a legit lightweight yet. Haney's fought fucking cans his whole career. And he talks the most shit. You guys are some inconsistent motherfuckers, man. Inconsistent as fuck. These new age fans are just straight fucking pussies, man. Pussy. This is nothing new to boxing, man. Get over it. Everybody in the chat wants to see the fight too. But why? Here's the question, Connor. Why are people saying that Teofimo is ducking if he doesn't fight him next? But look, these guys are talking shit to each other too. Nobody's saying that about Tank Davis. I have not seen one person say Tank is ducking Haney if he doesn't fight him next after talking shit. Because that's their excuse for Lopez. Oh, he talks too much shit. If you don't fight him next, he's ducking. What about this? I'm not emotionally attached to any fighter. Put these motherfuckers in the ring. I don't care. I don't care. Let them all fight. Put them all in the ring at the same time. Be a fucking Royal Rumble. All right? I don't care. It's these guys that are protecting people, and they act like they're not. They act like they're not, but they are. Because again, it goes against the narrative. Trash talk between Haney and Tank goes unnoticed by these guys. If Tio doesn't fight him next, it's a duck, according to these guys, because he called him the email champ. Well, Tank Davis laughing at Haney's performance last night, saying that his daughter hits harder than him. How come we can't keep that same energy there? Why? Why can't we do that? Here's what I'm going to say, man, before I end this thing. Okay? One guy gets criticized to death for accomplishing something spectacular in 16 fights. Becomes the man, the fucking king at 135 in 16 fights, gets criticized to death, while one guy fights nobodies and gets praised, gets passes all night long, all day long, all year long. His whole career gets passes. Why can't he take a tough fight? Huh? Why does he get to just jump over the playoffs and go straight to the Super Bowl? Why is that? Why is that? Boxing fans are so full of shit sometimes, man. You guys act like the sport of boxing is the problem. You guys are the fucking problem sometimes. This is the problem right here. You pick and fucking choose which fighters to hold up to these gold standards. That's what you guys do. You pick and choose because it doesn't fit the narrative. What's going on, Blood? Thanks for being here. They pick and choose. I don't think after the performance I seen last night from Haney, I don't see why anybody would be afraid to fight him. The guy can't punch. Can he box? Yeah. But we all knew that going in. Nobody expected Gamboa to win rounds last night. Nobody. Nobody thought, man, you know what? I don't know, man. This could be one of them fights. It goes to 12. I don't know who's going to win, man. We all knew he could box. The kid can box. But he's got zero zip in those shots, man. And I think that's going to be a problem for him. His chin is still untested. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to get on the train and call this guy the boogeyman until I see him beat somebody first. Beating Gamboa the way he beat Gamboa last night was to be expected. He said he was going to knock this motherfucker out. That's what he said. And for you guys to sit there and act like Haney dictates what the fuck Lopez does next, I'm sorry, man, but you guys are out of your fucking mind with that. Haney signed with Eddie Hearn. That's his fault. Okay, just like you guys talk shit about Terrence Crawford signing with Top Rank because nobody over there at 147. You guys talk shit about, look what Haney did. Why don't you hold his feet to the fire like you do Terrence Crawford? Teofimo signed with the right promotional company to get the Lomachenko fight. And he got it. And he won. Yet you still hate on him for that. Man, I agree 100%, Blood. Very talented fighter. We all know he could box. But can he fight somebody with a pulse? Please. Please. I mean, look, I could see how Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia split there's 6 fights in the amateurs. I could see that happening. Right. Man, man, I'm telling you, these guys don't keep that same fucking energy, man. These guys ain't keeping that same energy. Look, but here, 92 AKU. Look who Garcia's fighting next, though. He's fighting a guy that a lot of people don't think he's gonna beat. That's the difference, man. When is Haney gonna take one of those fights? And I mean, now all of a sudden the guy's, oh, well, he's just a prospect. He's young. Guys talking about him like he's a prospect now. Oh, this is a great learning experience for him. What do you mean a great learning? I thought this was the guy that could beat Lomachenko. I thought this was the guy that could beat everybody. Now all of a sudden we're holding him to a prospect standard? Man, you guys move the fucking goalposts more than anybody I've ever seen. Fuck yeah, he had a beer gut last night. He was uninterested in that fight. Gamboa did not want to be there, man. But the fact that he was able to stand up, stay on his feet the whole fight with Devin Haney, he's going to get another payday, man. He's going to get another payday. So, I mean, are you insinuating that guys are afraid? Is that what you're saying? I don't think anybody's afraid of this kid. I seen that too, blood. I seen that too. Yeah, he's fighting like a late 30s version of Mayweather. And not the pretty boy. Man, a 21-year-old Floyd Mayweather gets Gamboa out of there within 6 rounds. Period. He doesn't go 12. I just asked a question. I put words in your mouth. I think Garcia is just as fast, if not faster, and hits much harder than Devin Haney. I could see how those guys split their fights in the amateurs. I could see that. Chicano, he would have beat Gamboa the way he beat up Arturo Gatti. That's what he would have done. And that's what I was expecting Haney to do last night. That's what I was expecting Devin Haney to do last night. I don't believe these guys are ducking Haney. They're not afraid of Haney. None of that. After what I saw last night, there's no way anybody could convince me of that. No way. Can he win these based off his boxing ability? Absolutely. But to sit around and act like, oh, well, these guys didn't want the fight. They didn't want the fight. Based off of what? I've read some crazy shit too, man. I agree, blood. Crazy stuff, man. I'm holding everybody to the same standard here, man. If trash talking by Teofimo Lopez gets these guys all in a rah-rah, their panties in a fucking bunch, and then they're going to come out and say, well, if he don't fight him next, then he's ducking him. Yet Tank Davis is doing the same exact thing, and I'm not hearing nobody say that about Tank Davis. Nobody saying that about Tank Davis. Nobody's holding Tank Davis's feet to the fire, right? Nobody's saying that. I'm fucking saying it. If you say Lopez was ducking him if he doesn't fight him next, then Tank's ducking him if he doesn't fight him next. Period. End of fucking discussion. That's cool. I don't mind if you think that. Because honestly, I don't think it's crazy to think that. Haney's got skills, no doubt. Well, what's the reason on the other side? I want to know the reason on the other side then. Yep, I'm right there with you, J.A. Dixon. Right there with you. I don't have an issue if you guys say, you know what, I think Haney can beat Lopez. I think he can beat Garcia. I think he can beat Tank. I think he can beat Loma. Like, that's fine. But to go around here and make and insinuate that everybody's afraid of him and everybody's ducking him, I don't believe that. I call bullshit on that. Sorry. And again, if you're going to hold Terrence Crawford accountable for his decision to stay with Top Rank, being at 147 pounds, then you need to do the fucking same thing with Devin Haney here, man. Period. I'm not going to allow you guys to do that. Sorry. From my understanding, Ryan was supposed to fight Linares in July after he knocked out Fonseca. That's what I remember. I remember Oscar saying that after he knocked out Fonseca. Okay, I'm fine with that. But I feel like I've gotten my point across there, man. Hey, nobody's holding his feet to the fire, though, right? Over here at HCP, man, I want to see all these fights. I do. But I'm not going to sit here and act like if they don't happen immediately that it's a duck, okay? That's ridiculous. As much as I want to see the fights, well, I mean, come on, guys. We're living in a dream world if we think that that's going to happen. This is why we come out here and bitch and complain about the way that boxing is ran. We all know that, man. We all know that. But to act like Lopez is afraid when he's already been in there with guys, real fucking champions, and beat them at 135, that's insane to me. You should really go see a doctor, get your head checked if you think that, man. I'm sorry. And if anybody deserves a soft touch next, it's Lopez. Look who he's been in there with. Haney been in there with 25 soft touches. It's time for him to take a fucking real test, man. It's time. Gamboa wasn't that dude that was supposed to give Haney 12 rounds. He wasn't supposed to be the guy to give him rounds, okay? You know what Teofimo Lopez does with guys that were supposed to give him rounds? He knocks them the fuck out. Ask Magdaleno. He was the guy that was supposed to give Lopez rounds. And he got knocked out. Got beat up. That's the difference, in my opinion, between Haney and Lopez. And it's a big difference. Make sure you smash the like button or the dislike button. Unsubscribe, because guess what? This is not a fanboy channel, man. HCP is not designed for fanboys. It's made for real boxing fans. You want to get in your feelings about whatever I got to say? I don't give a fuck. I'm done with the fanboy talk. I'm done with the false narratives. I'm done with the double standards. I've already unsubscribed to a ton of channels because I just can't take the bullshit anymore, man. I just can't. It's not good for your health, okay? I'm not drinking the Jones juice, okay? I'm not on board with a lot of this nonsense that's been out there. In HCP, we keep the shit fucking 100 over here. I'm not afraid to come back and say I was wrong about shit, okay? There's a reason why I keep my videos up. There's a reason why I keep my prediction videos up, especially the ones that I got wrong. I keep them up for a reason. I got nothing to hide. Would I change my opinion on certain fighters if they prove it to me in the ring? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. I believe in seeing proof, man. That's what I believe in. And as of right now, Haney's proven nothing to me. Other than he can outbox a bunch of guys that he's supposed to outbox. When has he been in a 50-50 fight or been the underdog like Lopez? We find out what he's really made of, okay? That's when we find out. And until then, my opinion is not going to change on him, man. If he does something in the future, yes, I'll give him 100% credit. Got no issue with that. But until then, my stance is the same on him. HCP, home of real boxing talk. I'm out.